Crazy think they with me. Yeah. Crazy think they with me.
It's week 17 of the 2025 season, and we've got the Titans' sure-handed tight end. He's danced around coverages all year to the tune of 1,400 receiving yards so far. It's the Titans and the Steelers, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 23.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Tennessee Titans. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. CD, you look at the Steelers in this matchup, and they know that they are in for a fight here. On Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan ball club entering play. They've been as hot as anyone. The win last week makes it 9 out of 10.
The results are hard to argue. If there's a team better suited for the postseason right now, I don't know who they are.
And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Throwing first play is Herbert. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Herbert. Open man right side is Ingram. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Back to throw here, Herbert. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Again, Herbert. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 38-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 16 carries, 61 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Herbert. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. Curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead,
and he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. This will be play number 9 of the drive. Here's 84 yards on 3rd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. On pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Willie Gay getting in there and picking up the sack. Now Aldrich Rosas for the field goal attempt. From the right hash, this from 48. Rosas' kick is good, and the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So now the Titans get their first shot on offense. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. Ball again on second down. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And this is incomplete. The Titans have 14-1 now on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline.
And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. The slot man in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And this is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they've been seeking.
They'll run with Hall. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Breece Hall. That's his 19th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-play lead. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little, they bask in it. They think this is, okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let-up in his game the rest of the way.
Great thing if you're on the opposite side. He's such a weapon. He just opens things up for the other guys around him.
Yeah, if you're the opposite receiver, you should expect a few passes coming your way, too, because I've got to kick coverage in his direction.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Here's Herbert. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first. Well, when you got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Herbert on first down now. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. First and 10.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Touchdown! K.J. Hamler, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to move back in front. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is now 10-7. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was all polished off on the touchdown reception by K.J. Hamler. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do...
Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Steelers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. You have to be a little careful. You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone.
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Now meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Herbert. It's hauled in by Shepard. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. To the air again, Herbert. He's got it. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play. Now
it's Herbert. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. They'll try to run with Harris, and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Damian Harris punching it in from a yard away. And the Steelers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Rosas good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Titans going to go back on offense here late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Buffalo 18, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. 18, 18, trap 50, trap 60. Panther 11, Panther 11.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. They'll look to throw again. There's Chris Olave. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's a Titans touchdown. Denzel Mims, as the first half is winding down. And the Titans are able to come into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to... Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. We're always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This pass out wide to Hall. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Got that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And this is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Breece Hall with career touchdown number 70. And the Titans have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 16 more on that one and another 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he is going to get this close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the Titans 34. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd. They'll try and run for the 1st with Dillon. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. They lost 2, and it brings up 4. Rosa's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within a point. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series. Since emerging from the locker room at intermission, he's looked pretty sharp, hasn't he?
He's running in this 3rd quarter like he got the orange slices at the half.
Oh, yeah.
You remember when
we got the orange slices, not the carrot stick.
Oh, boy.
There was always that mom, wasn't there?
There's always that mom. One yours, wasn't mine. All right? They brought the carrot sticks. But this guy, orange slices, and been reading the Surface tablet, watching the defenses, and he's made some nice adjustments.
Ball again on 2nd down. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. They'll run with Hall. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 69 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll set up to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on E. Back now here on EA Sports. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. That is caught at the 7. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
19 Tiger. Hustle, hustle, hustle.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Breece Hall. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Titans will add to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will come out to the 25 as Handler elects not to return it. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulled out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Herbert now. And he lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Give to Hall running right. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. He'll look to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. The Titans on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 17. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got an open man. It's Olave. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Back to throw again. And it's caught. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And this will come out to the 25 as Handler elects not to return it.
So now the Steelers down on the scoreboard. 1:54 on the clock. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now Herbert into the hands of Ingram.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Herbert.
Forced out. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Herbert to throw.
Open man right side is Ingram. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Herbert.
And Ingram holds it in. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Evan Ingram, 54 yards.
And the Steelers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
PAT up and good by Rosas as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So here we go. They'll need the recovery, obviously, then a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie. And the Titans are going to recover the football. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Back to throw here.
He completes it to Olave.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Obviously, Charles, such an important, well-executed touchdown, and that caps off what has been a strong 2nd half. Remember, they trailed at halftime.
And how about the response? That's the type of thing that every team talks about before the season begins. Don't worry about the scoreboard at the half. Let's play strong in the 2nd and come out and take the fight to our opponent. They did exactly that, and now they have the lead to show for it.
And this will come out to the 25 as Handler elects not to return it.
Now it's the Steelers' turn. Trailing in this one now. A little under 40 seconds to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a 1st down.
Throwing, Herbert. It's complete, Lazard.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter play. They'll operate from the the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Herbert going to throw.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked by Jeff Okudah. So a big return there, Charles, on what was a pretty dangerous throw to the outside.
It sure was, Brandon. That's the risk you run on a throw like this. If it's intercepted, a lot of times this is a pick six. So good hustle to get back and get him down. But, boy, that's a throw you've really got to be sure of if you're going to work the perimeter of the field.
Looking to throw. That's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Mike Evans from 3 yards out.
And the Titans add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got a man. That's Lazard. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Alan Lazard, 75 yards.
And the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he's got it here for the 2 points, but there is a marker down, so we'll have to see what that's about. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
They're on to the 4th quarter now, by the way, at Bank of America Stadium in Carolina. And it was the Panthers that wound up winning that one. Daniel Jones, good game throwing the ball, over 300 passing yards. On 1st and 10, Herbert. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now it's Herbert. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked by Jeff Okudah.
And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Well, Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did